Good morning to everyone. So this is Dr. Kausar Alisa, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, DFCC, India. So in this session, let us will see some of the questions which are belonging to the calculation of cost sheet, and in the cost sheet how to calculate the profit. So before going to see some of the problems, let us will see some of the expenses or losses which are not taken into consideration for the cost sheet should be known. So one is the capital cost and expenditure, another one capital losses, abnormal loss, excess depreciation, underwriting commission, discount on issue of shares, discount on issue of debentures, goodwill written off, preliminary expenses, interest on capital, salary to the proprietors, penalties, fines, donations, subscriptions, dividends, and transfer to reserve fund. These are all the expenses or the some of the losses. During the time of preparing the cost sheet, if it is given in a question also, it should not be considered. And the next one is some of the incomes has to be excluded while computing the cost of production. One is capital profits, interest received, dividend received, transfer fees, abnormal profits or profit or loss on the sale of this investment. Because these are all the items which are relating to the financial aspect. So for the calculation of cost sheet, they should not be considered. Let us see for the first question given here is the from the books of SBM Enterprises. The following details has been extracted for the year ending 31st March 2020. So these are all the details given. When the details are given, we'll have to analyze very clearly that it belongs to which type of overhead. The opening stock of materials is given 1,88,000 because it is a direct material item, so it has to be shown in the prime cost for the calculation of direct materials. And closing stock of raw materials is given that is of how much it is of 2 lakhs. So again, it is also in the an item has to be shown in the direct materials and the prime cost. So after calculating this opening stock, purchase of materials, any freight charges is given, add together, then we'll have to deduct the closing stock of raw materials. And the next information is materials purchased during the year. So additional materials are purchased, so it has to be added to the opening stock of the material, that is of 8,32,000. And next is direct wages 2,38,400. As it is a prime cost thing, so it has to be shown after direct materials, direct wages value, it is 2,38,400. Next, indirect wages is belongs to the factory overhead, that is of 16,000. Salary to the administrative staff, as it is a administration overhead, that is of 40,000 has to be shown. The salary to the administrative staff. Freight inwards. So freight inwards means during the time of materials purchase, for the loading the goods, any freight charges, carriage charges incurred. So it has to be added to the purchase of material, that is of 32,000 shown in the prime cost. Freight outwards for unloading the goods in the finished goods for the selling purpose. So it has to be shown in selling and distribution overhead of 20,000. Next, at last, the sales, that is of 15,79,800. So it has to be shown at the last. And cash discount allowed as it belongs to the selling and distribution overhead, that is of 14,000 has to be shown here. Bad debts written off the item is given 18,800. So again, it has to be shown in the selling and distribution overhead. Next is repairs to plant and machinery. 42,400 because plant and machineries are there in the factory. So it belongs to the factory overheads. And there is a rent and rates is given. They have split into two. One is factory, another one is office. So which one is the factory of 12,000 is given. The rent has paid for the factory building, that is of 12,000. It has to be shown in the factory overhead. And the office building has been shown. The rent is paid of 6,400. It has to be shown in the administration overhead. Traveling expenses 12,400 as it belongs to the selling purpose. The um, which products they have sold. So to sell those things, any traveling expenses are incurred. So it has to be shown to the selling and distribution overhead. Then we have paid the salesman salary to the salesman to sell the goods to the consumer. The salary is being paid, that is of 32,600. That has to be shown in the selling and distribution overhead. Next is depreciation. One is plant and machinery 28,900. As it belongs to the factory, so it has to be shown the depreciation of plant and machinery in the factory. Next one is the furniture. So it is because furnitures are used in the office, so it has to be shown in the office overheads. Income tax is a financial aspect, so it should not be considered, it should be excluded for the preparation of costing. Next, electricity charges given, that is belongs to the factory, that is of 48,000. This electricity charges we are used the expenses incurred for the factory, so it has to show in the factory overheads. Next, we purchase fuel for the boilers, so where we are going to use in the factory, that is of 64,000 has to be shown in the factory overheads. Sale of scrap. The scrap is going to be uh, seen in the factory. Those scrap items are being sold, so it has to be shown as a less item in the factory overhead. It is a 500. General charges, so the general charges has to be shown in the administration overhead. Manager's salary is given 48,000. Again, some information is given regarding to the manager's time, what he has paid. For the factory, it is 1, for the office it is 4 ratio, 1 is to 4 ratio. So the expenses, the salary what it is given to the manager, again in the factory has to be shown by 1 by 5th. In the office we have to calculate and show the uh, in the manager's salary of office, that is 4/5 of the salary of the managers. So these are all the information. Now we are going to prepare the cost sheet. Let us will see. The first item is that for the preparation of prime cost, we require direct material, direct wages, and direct expenses. For the direct materials, any opening stock of materials, purchase of raw materials, freight invoice, it should be added. Then if any closing stock of materials is given, it has to be deducted. So in this question also they have given the opening stock of material, that is 1,88,000. Then materials purchase 8,32,000. Then freight invoice is given 32,000. Altogether has to be added. It becomes 10,52. Then the closing stock of materials is also given in the question. It is 2 lakhs, so it has to be deducted. Then ultimate we get the raw materials actually consumed for the purpose of production, that is 8,52,000. Then to that we should go for adding the direct wages, where we paid it is of 2,38,400. So again it has to be shown here because there is no direct expenses. So only these two items has to be added. That is 8,52,000 and 2,38,400. Total it becomes 10,90,400 is the prime cost. Then the next we should go for adding all the overheads. The first one is the factory overhead. So what all the items are given belonging to the factory, it has to be shown here. So one is indirect wages are given. So here indirect wages we have shown 16,000. Repairs to the plant and machinery is given, that is 42,400, and rent is paid to the factory, that is of 12,000. So we have added here 12,000. And next is depreciation on plant and machinery which is belonging to the factory, because plant and machinery are there in the factory, that is of 28,900 has to be shown in the has to be added to the factory overheads. Then electric charges information given, these electric charges belonging to the factory, that is of 48,000. This 48,000 has to be shown. And fuel to boilers, where we purchase for the fuel to the boilers, that is of 64,000. And the next one is the manager's salary, very clearly given out of the total salary paid. So it is in the ratio of 1 is to 5, because he is taking care both the factory as well as the office. So the 1 ratio has to be shown in the factory, and the 4 ratio has to be shown in the office. So it is nothing but 1 plus 4 is 5. Total out of 5, 1/5 and 4/5 has to be shown. So 1/5 the salary of the manager out of 48,000 is 9,600. And there is a sale of scrap. Altogether we can go for adding all these values, it becomes 2,20,900. With that we should deduct the scrap sale what we got, that is an income here. So the expense it has to be added and income has to be deducted, that is 500 we should deduct. The ultimate thing what we'll get, that will be considered as the total factory overheads. Again this total factory overheads has to be added to the prime cost, that is 10,90,400. Then the works cost will be 1,31,800 is the total work cost. To this works cost we should go for adding the administration overhead. The administration overhead, the information is given, that is salary to the staff, that is 40,000. Office rent is given 6,400. Depreciation on furniture is 2,400. General charges are given 24,800. Manager's salary, we know that out of 48,000, 4/5 has to be shown in the office, that is 38,400. Total together, it is 1,12,000. So this 1,12,000 is the total what the office overheads. This has to be added to the works cost. So it comes to the total of 14,22,800. This is considered as the cost of production. In the question, if any opening stock of finished goods or closing stock of finished good values are given, then has to be added and deducted, then it comes to cost of goods sold. But here there is no such kind of item, so the cost of production is nothing but the cost of goods sold, both are one and the same, that is 14,22,800. To this we should go for adding the selling and distribution overhead given in the question. One is freight outwards for selling purpose. We are going to load the goods, and here we are going to unload the finished goods to the outlet which is there in the market to sell the goods, that is freight outwards, that is 20,000. Cash discount is given to the customers, that is 14,000. Bad debts 18,800. Traveling expenses 12,400, and salesman salary 33,600. These are all the selling and distribution overheads. The total together it becomes 98,800. This has to be added to the cost of production or cost of goods sold. Then we'll get the total cost of 15,21,600. This is the total cost which includes both direct expenses as well as the overheads. Then now we are going to calculate the profit. Let us will see what is the sales value is given in the question. That is 15,79,800. The cost of the total cost incurred for producing the product is 15,21,600. It is less than the sales, so we are going to incur the profit, that is 58,200. So this is how we need to prepare the cost sheet. And the next here one more question is given. From the following figures, prepare a cost sheet showing cost per unit and profit. Here, not only the values but also per unit has to be shown. This is the information that opening stock of raw materials is 20,000, purchase of raw materials 1 lakh, closing stock of materials is 10,000. Because it belonging to the direct materials item, so it has to be shown in the prime cost. Next is direct wages 60,000. Again, it is a prime cost item, has to be shown there. Machine hours work. Because machine is being installed in the factory, it is an overhead which is going to be incurred. Here they have not given directly, given in the form of hours as well as machine hour rate. So the total machine hours worked in the factory is 10,000. So 1 hour the rate is 1 rupee 25 paisa. So has to be calculated the factory overheads. Then office overheads they have not given, they have shown whatever the works cost we will get, that 25% will be considered as the office overhead. Next, selling overheads is given, that is 2 per unit. The production units are 6,000, but the units sold is how much? Of only 4,000. Remaining 2,000 is the closing stock value, because the units we produce 6,000, but the selling units are only 4,000. What is the closing stock value means? 6,000 minus 4,000 is the closing stock values of the finished goods. And the rate of profit is given, that is 20% on the selling price. Let us will see how to calculate. So this is the table which contains one particular column, amount, two columns, and one per unit. And very clearly mentioned the units of production is 6,000. Whatever the values are given, till cost of production, we should go for dividing with the 6,000 units. Right? Now, let us will enter the things for the preparation of cost sheet. The first one is opening stock of raw materials is 20,000. To this, we should add a purchase of raw materials 1 lakh. Then the total it becomes 1,20,000. Which the direct closing stock of raw materials is 10,000. Therefore, the direct materials is 1,10,000. If you want to calculate per unit, means 1,10,000 divided by 6,000. So for 1 unit, it is 18 rupees 33 paisa. Next in the question, it is given that direct wages is 60,000. Per unit means divided by 6,000, it comes to 10 rupees per unit. Therefore, the prime cost is 1,70,000. Per unit is 28 rupees 33 paisa. So this we should add factory overheads. Here in the question, there is no clearly mentioned regarding to the factory overheads, but given the information is machine hours worked and machine hours rate per unit. And here the total machine hours worked is how many hours means 10,000 hours. For 1 hour, the rate is 1 rupee 25 paisa. So 10,000 into 1 rupee 25 paisa is 12,500. So per unit we want to calculate means it is 6,000, it comes to 2 rupees 8 paisa. Therefore, the total works cost is 18 1,82,500 per unit is 30 rupees 41 paisa. And regarding to the administration overhead, very clearly mentioned whatever the works cost we get out of 25% has to be considered as the office overhead. So we have calculated here 1,82,500 into 25%. The value comes to 45,625 divided by 6,000 per unit. It becomes 7 rupees 60 paisa. So, and the cost of production we need to calculate 1,82,500 plus the administration overheads are 45,625. So, the cost of production will be 2,28,125 per unit is 38 rupees 1 paisa. So, when we see this question, we can able to analyze very clearly whatever the production units 6,000 is not entirely sold. So it has sold the number of units are only 4,000 units, then there will be a closing stock of finished goods are there. So this closing stock, opening stock of finished goods will be added and closing stock of finished goods will be deducted with the cost of production. So the closing opening stock is not there, so we have to deduct the closing stock values in terms of units that because the value is not given, we require to calculate. When the closing stock values are not, the value is not given, so we should calculate with the units of production 6,000 minus the sold units sold is 4,000, remaining units are 2,000. These are the closing stock in terms of unit. So all the times the closing stock values has to be calculated with the help of cost of production per unit. That is 2,000 into the cost of production per unit is 38 rupees 1 paisa. So 2,000 into 38.01, it comes to 70. 6,020 rupees. So it has to be deducted less, will get the cost of goods sold, that is 1,52,105. Here the value will be 38 1. Therefore the cost of goods sold and cost of production per unit will always be same here. Now we should go for adding the selling overhead. Selling overheads means we are already given that the units sold are 4,000 units and per unit the overhead incurred is 2 rupees. That is 4,000 into 2, it comes to 8,000 rupees and per unit is 2. Then we'll have to add the total cost comes to 1,60,105, then per unit it is 40 rupees. Now we have to calculate the profit and the thing. The sales is given. The sales we know that uh, here the value is given, that is of regarding to the sales we have to calculate the profit. How to calculate means they have given very clearly rate of profit is 20% on the selling price. 20% on the selling price is nothing but 1/5 on sales. If you are going to calculate on cost means it is 1/4 on cost. So now the sales value is not given, we know the only cost value. So on cost if you are going to calculate means it will say on sales if you are going to calculate it will be 20% because sales value is not given, so we need to calculate with the cost value, that is 25% on cost. That is profit on the total cost 1,60,105. The profit has to be calculated, that is 25% on cost. It comes to 40,026 rupees per unit. It is 10. So here we need to divide the things with the how much means with the 4,000, not with the 6,000. And the selling units total together 1,60,105 plus 40,026. This comes to how much means 2,01,031 rupees is the sales value. So 40 plus 10 it will be 50 rupees. See, till cost of goods sold we need to go for dividing with the 6,000. After that, because selling overheads and all these has to be calculated with the 4,000. So the cost of production should always be divided by the units of production. For the cost of goods sold, it should always be divided by the units sold. If the profit is 20% means is not 20% on sales means it is nothing but 1/5 on sales. If the profit is 25% on cost, it is nothing but 1/4 on cost. So this is how we have to calculate and prepare the cost sheet both in terms of values as well as in the per unit. So with this I am going to end the session. Thank you.